today is the nonprofit model for arts a sustainable model? And I want to throw out a question to everyone and ask you all to answer this, and you can elaborate to the extent you feel it's necessary. Don't feel like you have to say yes or no. But do you believe that sustainability means that revenue exceeds your expenses?
Say that again?
Do you it's too simple a question for Josh, right? Do you believe that sustainability means that your revenues exceeds your expenses? Do you believe that that's what sustainability means?
I'll take this. I think it means that you always, yes, in a short answer, but I think it really means that your net assets are always positive. And I say that in that you could have years when you're actually losing money and still be sustainable by virtue of surpluses that have been built up for particular reasons or whatever. So I don't think it's always on an annual basis that revenue has to exceed the expense, but the capital that you can morally, legally expend in any year has to exceed the expense.
Josh, what are you thinking?
Close to Susan, a little bit different in that on a year-to-year basis, I think sustainability should mean your revenue should equal your expenses. Similar to Susan, I agree that net assets, which essentially means
Current
net assets, what you've got and what you owe needs to always stay positive. So if you're looking at it year to year, I define sustainability by revenue equaling expenses. At the same time, you got to realize every now and then you run into a bump or two. So if you could look at it more like 3 to 5 years, every now and then you may dip under. Yet if overall in a 5-year picture your net assets stay positive, I think that's kosher. Does that answer it? I think that's sustainability.
And
I think I agree probably with Josh in the sort of technical revenue and expense way that we're asking this question. But when we look at the tech industry and say, hey, Facebook didn't make revenue for how many years before they finally did, or Google didn't have any revenues before they finally did, and then we're asking ourselves within our industry to break even every single year, then maybe there's some kind of lack of room for innovation that we're talking about. So I think that an organization who's investing, who's taking strong steps towards growing capacity in growth areas, can stand to lose a little bit one year if that means gains the next, or even 3 years after. And that may actually be more sustainable than just dragging along, hitting zero every single year.
Claudia, having worked with a lot of arts organizations, and I know specifically working around this question of sustainability, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think this question's been answered pretty well in terms of the technical side of it, but I guess it just brings up the questions around the word sustainability in general and the issue of whether that's, what's the goal that you're looking for over time, and the question of what it is. You're always trying to consider, is it sustaining the production of the art goes into the community, or is it the sustainability of the organization as an organizational entity? And sort of, I think sometimes we mix the two completely together, and I'm not sure that's always the case.
As an artist, Sharon, and someone who has again managed an organization as well as being an artist, what's your take on that?
I agree with what has been said regarding revenue, assets, all of that stuff. But as an artist, my sustainability is based off of ambition, goals, and storytelling, and wanting to get that out there. So therefore, yes, I look at funding, I look at the expenses that I have to do shows, but at the same time, I'm driven by how I want to impact the community. So therefore, it's a different take on my revenue may just be my income, and I'm willing to lose that income to do my show. And then my sustainability is based on my relationships. The show I have coming up is based off space, getting space for free. How can I use the system? So, or reach out to my partners and friends and say, I want to do the show, can you help me out? So my sustainability picture is a little different than just looking at the financial aspect of it all.